This is some of the features that Smart Notebook 11 has to offer that you may or may not be familiar with. This is just a modified version of the tutorial that they give for an option. If you want to see the whole entire tutorial, go to Help and then select Tutorial to be able to see all 40 pages of it. The first thing that we'll take a look at is simply some of the toolbars that are available to you. This right here is your actions. Depending on what you want to do with your program, you can undo, add, things like that. There's also some additional settings that we can change. Your properties or your tools are here, and then when you select a tool, you'll have some more options to change whatever you want to do with those tools, whether it be color, thickness, transparency, and things like that. So that is the toolbar on the top. You can also, if you wish, switch it to the bottom. Works very well for a primary teacher or students. On the left side here, you have some additional toolbars. Again, this will change your various colors and thicknesses if you have to add attachments. The gallery, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and if you want to be able to see a page preview. This is also an activity builder that we'll take a look at in a little while. And again, you can switch it to the left and right, and you can also advance the pages and remove and delete pages as you need to. To customize the toolbar, two of the easiest ways would be either just to simply right-click onto the toolbar. The other option is be able to just hit this little gear shift right here and it'll come up. You have the actions, which is right here, and then you also have the tools. Some of the things that you might want to add, kind of neat when you're able to add them. You can add them in little boxes like this, or if you know you're going to be using the eraser a lot, you might want to use that as a whole big sign. That might be a good option for your eraser along with one of your pens. So you can easily access that, especially for kids that might have a difficult time accessing those tools. Some of the neat tools that are now included. This isn't new, but you'll be able to design your own. The cool thing about being able to have the special creative pen, you can actually add your own style of writing. Oftentimes it's the smiley faces, things like that. You can put your own kids down there. All sorts of variety of things that you can do that. In order to do that, you simply go to the coloring options here, use a custom stamp. You can browse the picture or you can select an object. If you want to select right there, now it's going to always draw exactly what that you have selected. The crayon is another really cool feature. Kids really like. You can simply color. And a crayon works really well if you're doing pictures and things like that, so kids kind of get that general feel of what a crayon is going to look like. Other ones that are nice is the shape recognition. You can draw a triangle and it fixes it for you. Another cool feature now is available is that you can actually fill in this with a specific color that you have in mind. So it works very nicely on that. Then when you're all said and done, if you would like to change and just reset the page the way it used to be, you can go pull up your page previews, hit the little drop down arrow. You can either reset page or clear page or clear ink from the page. If you clear the ink, it just does the writing. If you clear the page, it does the shapes as well. These weren't removed because they were locked. One additional tool that you might be curious on is this little magic one. You can draw and eventually it'll disappear. Again, you can change the colors as you need to. You also can set how much time you actually want it to be recording. To find where you need to do that, you simply go to the tool options here, choose fill effects, and choose how long you want. This might be nice just because you give them kids 10 seconds, you draw it, and when the picture goes away, time is up. An additional nice feature that you have with Smart Notebook is if you can insert, and you have the ability now to insert an internet browser. You can go to a specific web page that you want them to go to. That way you don't have to constantly go back and forth, especially if you're in full screen view. So this is really kind of a handy feature to be able to use. Another nice feature about Smart Notebook is you can actually add sounds to your pictures simply by hitting the little arrow, going to sound. You can either choose a file or you can record your own sound. This works again really well for special ed students or anybody else that may need that. Making tables on Smart 11 is a lot easier as well because you can customize the size and a lot easier than what you used to be able to.